Well, big game twos in the NBA playoffs on Wednesday night, both on TNT, 7 and 9:30 Eastern, and both favorites lost outright as big favorites. Do they bounce back in game two? I'm going to let you know how to play both Knicks, Celtics, and Nuggets Thunder side. Total player props all coming up free with analysis right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And let's start with the first game at 7 Eastern Wednesday night on TNT. And yes, the Celtics lost outright at home as a 9-point favorite, but let's not forget they had a 20-point lead in the game. They only shot 35% from the field, and they still went to overtime and barely lost. So I do look for them to bounce back here. I think they're the best team in the East. Keep in mind, before this round began, they were minus money, even ahead of the number one seed Cavaliers to win the East. And I do think they bounce back here. And if they bounce back, the offense probably bounces back as well. So let's look at a Celtic team total over 110.5. Once again, I mentioned that terrible shooting performance in game one the other night when they hit just 35%. But they did hold the Knicks to just 42.5%. And Boston, when they want to be, can be a really good defensive team. In fact, the Celtics have been money in the bank this year off a loss. 20-2 straight up after a loss this season, 18-4 against the spread. So I do expect them to tie this series up 1-1. An adjusted series price could also be worth a look on Boston. They're now minus 340, minus 330 to minus 340. They blew the 20-point lead. They lost game one. I look for them to bounce back here in game two, and that means they probably get up and over their team total of 110.5 as well. And I think if you didn't play the series price yet, Boston at the adjusted price of minus 330 is worth a look now heading into game two. Let's look at some player props that might work. You know, another reason why they lost is because Porzingis went out with an illness, played only 12 minutes in game number one, actually just under 13 minutes, had no points, 0 for 4 from the field. He's listed as questionable, but I do expect him to be back in the lineup after the illness. And there's a little bit of uncertainty there, but if he doesn't play, then the props are no action. So I do like Porzingis props over in this game. A few different ways we can attack it. His over 16.5 points. I think the 3-point prop is worth a look also. Over 1.5 made threes. I like that a lot because if he plays, I think he gets a couple 3-pointers after not hitting any in the last two games. He is definitely due. And keep in mind, it's not a good matchup for New York. I really don't feel like they have anybody that can guard him from long range. So I like Porzingis over props, both points, maybe 3-point props as well, if you could find those. Keep an eye on the injury report. He's listed as questionable. But if he goes, I think there could be some value with him in game number two. And, of course, we're never looking to fade superstars. Jason Tatum, only 23 points and was only 7 for 23. It was 0 for 7 late in the game. I look for Tatum to bounce back as well for the Celtics here in game two. He was only 4 for 15 from three-point range. In fact, that's another reason the Celtics lost. They were 15 for 60, 25% from three. Yes, you live by the three, you die by the three. But once again, they had a 20-point lead in that game and still shot only 25% from three and only 35% from the field, and they still went to overtime before they lost. So if they shoot anywhere near their norms, they should bounce back with a win here in game two, and that means Tatum probably has a big night. His point prop over is probably worth a look as well, currently priced around 27.5 for Jason Tatum points. He only had 23, but once again, a terrible shooting night. He still got to 23, and he had 35, 37, and 36 the previous three playoff games before that. So Tatum over, Porzingis overs. I think they both have nice matchup edges against the Knicks. That game at 7 Eastern Wednesday night on TNT. All right, going to get to your late game here in just a moment between the Nuggets and Thunder. Quick reminder, if you want to get my daily best bets, they are available at WagerTalk.com. And I have a rare 5% NBA playoff best bet loaded right now. And I do mean rare. I've not released one all season. In fact, it has been over the last 561 days, I've had only one 5% best bet in the NBA. I'm that selective, and this play is that strong. By the way, that other 5%er was an easy 18-point blowout winner. So check it out right now. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. The single play is 35, or get the rest of the playoffs for almost just a little bit more than that, just over 100 some dollars. I think it's 125 right now for the rest of the playoffs. Or the best deal really is the All Sports All Access. If you're taking a serious investment approach, you really should consider that, because he gets it down to about $3 a day, $1 a play with promo code SM365. That is one full year of football, baseball, and basketball, and it includes that strong 5%er, which I have posted right now. Check it out, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. All right, let's look at game number two here between the Nuggets and Thunder, in very similar situation here. We have the conference favorite, just like the Celtics. The Thunder were minus money to win the conference when this round began. Just like the Celtics, they blew a double-digit lead and lost as a big favorite in game one. And just like the Celtics and Knicks series, I think the Thunder do bounce back here as well. So once again, always look to play Class A teams to bounce back off a loss, and that's exactly what is the situation for OKC. And the betting markets agree, by the way. This line opened 10 and was quickly bet up to 11, 11 and a half right after the game. Same thing with that Boston line. It opened 9, which was the game one line, and quickly was bet up to 10, 10 and a half even in most spots within a few hours, and even by the next morning. So once again, the sharp money came in on Boston and OKC, and I agree with both. I think they're both in excellent bounce back spots. And let's look at a team total once again here in this game. If the Thunder bounce back like I think they do, it's going to probably come on the defensive side of the court, because Oklahoma City not only was the best defensive team in the league this year in the regular season, they've actually been the best defensive team. Even after that loss in game one, they still have the best defensive efficiency rating in the postseason as well. So Nugget team total under 110 makes a lot of sense to me. I think they will clamp down defensively, get the win in game two, and keep the Nuggets under their team total of 110. And once again, if we're looking Nugget team total under, we're going to be looking at some Nugget player props under. And one guy that jumps out to me is Russell Westbrook. He had a decent game, 18 points in 30 minutes off the bench, but he is due to regress after back-to-back good games. Actually, really 4 straight games, actually, in which he's had 14 or more. I think we get some value now with the under 12 and a half for his total points, and the public will probably be jumping on Westbrook's over because he's had 14 or more in 4 straight games. But once again, he's an aging veteran. They don't trust him to take the threes. He was just 1 for 5 from three-point range in that most recent game one. They did not want him taking a 3 down the stretch when they were playing for the win, and I think he's going to be limited more as the series goes. So I think you could start playing Westbrook under props here. If it misses in this one, you come right back with it in the next game. But once again, Russell Westbrook under 12 and a half total points makes sense here, especially since I like the Nuggets team total under the 110 and a half range in game two. And just like that Celtic Knicks series, I do expect the number one, the better team here, the 1 seed in this case, the conference favorite, to get back on track. And if OKC gets the win as they should, as an 11-point favorite, I like them in the adjusted series price. And we now get this in a pretty good range as well. It's only minus 310. So once again, Thunder minus 310 on the adjusted series price, I think has some value, as I do expect them to notch the win here in game two on Wednesday night. So once again, I look for both Class A teams to bounce back off the loss, and I think the team totals are good ways to play both games. Celtics team total over 110 and a half, and the Nuggets team total under 110 in the late game at 9:30 Eastern. Also gave you some player props there to look at as well. Hey, if you're finding these videos useful, thumbs up, like, and comment below. I read the comments. I reply back. I will continue to give you every NBA playoff game free every day right here in video form. Thumbs up, like, positive comments below. Make sure you click subscribe and you click the bell as well so you know when these free play videos are posted every day. And don't forget, I'm doing some baseball free play videos as well. So click the bell for instant alerts, and you never miss anything here on WagerTalk TV. And yes, I'm giving you free opinions on sides, totals, team totals, player props. But if you want my official best bets for baseball and basketball, the plays that I'm actually using, same games I've won with consistently for 29 straight years as a full-time professional handicapper, then check out my page every day, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. It is so simple. If I have a game I like as a strong best bet that I'm personally using, I give it to my clients. And I'm very selective. I'm mentioning several plays here in the videos, but keep in mind, my best bets, anywhere from maybe 1 to 3 best bets per day on average. That's baseball and basketball combined. So selectivity does pay off, by the way. Don't think low volume equals low returns, because last year I won more best bet profit than anybody, up over 133 units. We had more than doubled our bankroll by the end of August last summer, and it was due in a large part to an incredible NBA playoffs and monster baseball season, which started right now in May. Now is an excellent time to get on board. Not only do I have my first 5% NBA best bet of the season, and I've only released one in the past 561 days until now, but I also have daily baseball best bets, and it's a great way to build your bankroll before the football season. Keep in mind, last year we started 10-3. September in college football, got off to a nice start, finished on an NFL run over 60% the final couple months of the NFL. All Sports All Access makes you take a true investment approach and play consistently every day. So if you want to get the strong 5% NBA best bet, go get it for sure. Lots of different options. You can get it as a single play for $35. You can get a weekly or monthly package to get the cost down. Or the best deal is the 1-year All Access, which gets it down to $3 a day, about $1 a play, with promo code SM365. No matter which option you choose, every client gets the exact same plays I'm using each day. Same games I've won with consistently for the past 29 years as a full-time professional handicapper. Don't forget also, I post a daily free play 1 to 3 best bets, which means that last cut is a pretty strong opinion still. I put it up free for everybody on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and get there quicker with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. You can also follow me on social media at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because there's more free play videos coming up next.